Children's Hospital and the Alabama Center for Childhood Cancer and Blood Disorders is really the flagship hospital for patients with cancer and serious blood disorders within the state. The team and the staff is fabulous. It's comprised of over 300 dedicated physicians, nurses, social workers, child life specialists, psychologists, all of whom come to work with one overall goal, and that's to provide excellent care for these families that we serve, and we are so blessed to work with them.
Walker is the coolest 8-year-old you're ever going to meet.
I had these bumps on my arms, like these spots, and they looked weird.
So I loaded him up in the car and drove down to Children's. We were there for only a couple of minutes when the nurse checked us out, and she immediately sent us back into the room, and there was a flood of doctors and nurses and other staff in there, IVs in his arms and different things to take care of him. And then they came in shortly thereafter and told us for sure the confirmation that it was leukemia. The things were going through my head, you know, what's going to happen? Like, is he even going to be here in a year? All the ideas of this little boy who at that point already loved sports, is he ever going to get to play? Is he going to see any of that stuff that a regular kid gets to do? And now, of course, he is, and it's a miracle. I can't say enough great things about the staff. From the ladies who check us in at Clinic 8 that have us laughing every time we walk in to get his bands before treatment starts, to the gentleman who triages Walker and does height and weight and blood pressure, who high-fives him on the way out the door, and the nurses who make something as scary as having a port needle put into your chest seamless every time you come in there, to where he's playing maybe his tablet and hardly even looks up to notice, to the physicians that come in and deliver sometimes the hardest of news, to the child life people who come in and are so light and happy and make it an environment where your child actually wants to come to the hospital. Everybody who stepped in a different way to treat our whole family, I'm just so grateful. I mean, truly, they saved our child's life.
Devin is my angel.
It first started during the summer. I was like real sick and I couldn't get out of the bed because I had a stuffy nose. And then during the school year, I started falling asleep in class.
He was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It was stage 3, and from there, that's when our journey began.
They told my mom that I had cancer, but she started crying, but I didn't understand what was happening.
We've relapsed and gone back through treatment. We've done several surgeries, transplant, and each time, the care that he's received from Children's was amazing. I had to make a decision whether or not we would go back home to DC and pursue treatment or stay here. I prayed, and the decision to stay here was one of the best decisions that I made.
I've been cancer-free for almost 6 years now. The doctors and nurses at Children's Hospital, they were really nice. They helped me focus on being happy and not worrying about being sick.
You know, I believe God's a healer, but I believe He put each person in place at the right time, at the right moment, to do what it is that He's gifted them to do. So from the anesthesiologist to the child life specialist to the person that was serving his lunches, right place, right time. So yeah, He's a blessing. Some call it a miracle. I'm okay with that.
A lot of people meet Walker now and they have no idea anything ever happened to him. But then I love to stop him for a second and say, well, let me tell you about what happened, because I want people to know about Children's and I want people to know about pediatric cancer. That's very important to us.
I found out a lot of things that are given through donation, and I appreciate that. You know, I was able to go in and provide Christmas for him when, you know, I didn't even have a job. Those are things that you don't think about. Care packages, they gave, you know, parents deodorant, lotion, soap, and just different things, meals, gas cards for people. Those are the things that are very beneficial. And I know that can only come through donations.
Racing for Children's has raised significant funds over the past several years, and that kind of ongoing generosity and support of several hundreds of thousands of dollars has really enabled us to grow our mission. We've been able to recruit new expert faculty from all across the country and to move forward with projects that we're working on from a research standpoint right here locally. We could not do it without the support of groups like Racing for Children's.
I would tell all the doctors and nurses thank you for what they did to me.
Thank you for saving my life.